So I was actually the assistant coach of the team, and it was my son Mike's team, and it was what we used to call the ringette round, which you wouldn't call it now because people that play ringette would get offended by it. But the ringette round was after you got knocked out of the main playoffs, you would go back and into the consolation, basically, is what it was. It was a consolation playoff. And it was the championship of the consolation. And I was an assistant coach, and my good buddy, Stu Seedhouse, who's since passed away from pancreatic cancer, one of my best friends, he was the head coach. So we're playing in Barrie at Old Dunlop Arena, which just got demolished recently. And we're losing in the third period. And we're losing by 2 or 3 goals, maybe 3 goals in the third period. And earlier in the series, in our own rink, I'd seen the stick rack for the other team, the Barrie team. And by the way, it's minor Adam. They're 10-year-olds. Okay.
And it's consolation. Bracket.
So I saw the stick rack of these other kids, and they had big banana hooks or whatever. And I just thought, wow, I can't believe those kids have like Stan Mikita, Bobby Hull sticks. I never thought anything more of it. So now it's in the third period of the consolation, and we're down 3. And I said to my buddy, Stu, I go, hey, I said, let's try and get a little something going here. I go, let's call a stick measurement here. Just about every kid on this team's got like a hugely illegal stick. And
ref's like, what?
So anyway, so Stu goes, yeah, go ahead. So I go, okay. So I send out our captain, little Kenny Henry, and I say, go ask for a stick measurement on number 8. So little Kenny Henry goes out to the referee and goes up to him, and I see him talking to the referee, and I see the referee talking to him like this, and the referee looks over at me like, what the fuck? Like, seriously. And I just look at him and I go, buzz off.
Good job.
Measure it.
And so now Kenny Henry comes back, and so I see him now. I see the referee really talking to Kenny, and Kenny's looking over at the bench at me, and he's got these little eyes, and he's like, so I see him, and he goes, okay. And Kenny comes over, and I said, what was he giving you a hard time about? He says, sure, I'll call a stick measurement. What part of the stick did you want measured? And so now, the referee's trying to one-up me here, because technically you have to request, I want a stick measurement on the curve, or I want a stick measurement on the width of the blade, or I want a stick measurement on the length of the shaft, or whatever. And so Kenny said, curve. And so now the referee comes over, and he's just looking daggers at me, and he goes over to the timekeeper's bench and says, give me the stick gauge. And the timekeeper goes, we don't get a stick gauge in here. And so the referee's like, oh, fuck. So you see him, he has to go off the ice and go to the referee's room and come back with the stick gauge. So he measures the stick. It's illegal. So into the penalty box they go. Our power play sucked, but late in the by the way, there was like 5-6 minutes left in the game. We're down 3. So late in the power play, we score 1. And so that's great. So now the parents and the other team, by the way, I'm on TV. People know who I am. And they're just giving it to me. And understandably so. So we're there, and I say to Stu, I go, they still got illegal sticks going on over there. I said, let's call another one. And he goes, really? And I go, yeah. I said, fuck him, let's do it. And so we call another one. And the referee is like looking at me, he measures it up, and sure enough, into the box. There you go. So now I'm looking over at the Barrie bench. The Barrie parents are screaming and yelling and cursing me out like you wouldn't believe, but it's chaos on the Barrie bench. The kids on the bench and the parents are now yelling at their kid, do you have an illegal stick? And the coach is talking to their players, and they're pitching sticks up into the stands and I'm on the bench, and I go, come on, boys, look at them over there. They're on the run now. We're down 1, whatever. So we like 5 seconds into that power play, we score. So now we're down 1, and it's chaos. And so we're there, and there's less than 2 minutes left in the game. And so I say to Stu, you're not going to believe this, but I think they've got another illegal stick out there. There's one kid with an illegal stick. I said, you want to go for the hat trick? And he goes, no, I think we're good now. and so anyways, we pull the goalie, And I'm not sure how we had a defenseman out who hadn't scored a goal all year on the ice at the time. Nevertheless, we did. And with like 7 seconds, with 7 seconds left, the puck goes back to him. We got the goalie pulled, and he takes a slap shot. He's 10 years old, tries to take a slap shot, and of course it's a slicer, and he just chunks it, and the puck goes up, and it's bouncing, and it crazily bounces, boom, 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 and it literally bounces in front of the goalie and goes right over his shoulder under the bar with about 5 seconds left. We tie the game. And so now we come over, and the Barrie team's over there. The parents are yelling at me. The coach is trying to get his bench under control, and our guys come over, and me and Stu, we're fired up now, and the kids are fired up, and so they go. Stu just says to them, "Boys, we got them on the run here. Just go for it. No defense. Don't even let's end this thing like immediately. If we lose, so what? We're playing with house money. Just go for it, boys. All the balls to the wall. Go get the goal." And I think like 20 or 30 seconds in, we scored the winner in overtime. So the kids go nuts. Everybody celebrates. They go back to the room, and me and Stu and my buddy Kevin O'Brien, we're shaking hands, and I could see everybody's all upset. And Barrie goes to the office. So I go wheeling back towards the dressing room, and I said to the other coaches, I said, I better go over and take my medicine. So I go, I'm going to go over there. So I go over, and the other parents are there, and right away they launch in. They're yelling at me. They're swearing at me. And I said, how long have you been a parent on this team? And they go, what do you mean? I said, how many years has your kid been on this team? No, this is his first year. The guy that was yelling the most at me. I said, okay. I said, is there anybody here that's any parent that's been here on the team for 3 years? And there was a guy over there, and I could see the guy looking at me, and he's smiling. And I said, do you want to tell him, or should I tell him? And the guy goes, I'll tell him. I said, okay, good. Appreciate it. Thanks. And I turn around and I walk away. And what that parent from 3 years ago told the other dad was, the head coach of the Barrie team that we were playing against in that game, in minor novice, our coach got suspended for deciding, minor novice, believe it or not, he got suspended for, I think, he yelled at a referee in the third period. So in game 4 of a best of 5, he got suspended. So in game 5, he was there. Kids are 7, 8 years old. He tied his kids' skates up before the game. The coach's son was on the team. He left the room, said, good luck, boys. And the assistant coaches took over. Somebody saw him in the room tying his kids' skates. So our team beat their team in game 5 in that same Dunlop Arena back then. And we're getting ready to start the next series, second round of the playoffs in minor novice AAA. And we get a call from the OMHA to tell us that we've been disqualified because Barrie protested the game because the head coach, the suspended head coach of the Whitby Wildcats, had gone in the dressing room before the game, and that's not allowed. I'm not calling stick measurements unless payback is a bitch.
I think that this podcast has taught that you're not a man that you want to cross.
Seriously, holy shit!
Bob, was that?
If I ask any questions you want taken out, I don't want to be on the hit list.
Was that before or after the McSorley stuff in '93?
Oh, it would have been after McSorley and the illegal stick stuff. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was definitely after McSorley and the Kings Montreal Cup final.